So this video is of Charlie's CGC test. She did a wonderful job. Most of the dogs tested today were over a year, and they tested for the Therapy Dog International test as well. We didn't modify the test for Charlie, but she simply tested for the Canine Good Citizen test because she's too young for the therapy dog. The tester has come up and greeted the handler, who is Serena, 11 years old, and she also handles the puppy, making sure it could be handled for grooming or if a vet needed to examine her. So now they're just going to walk on a loose lead. The handler needs to be in complete control of the dog at all times. The dog can make a mistake. For instance, she can sniff, as long as the handler has control and can redirect her and get her to continue to do what she's supposed to be doing. And so the dog needs to sit and down on command. There's no food or other rewards used on this test. They can't use anything to get them to do anything, so they have to just want to do it. So she was supposed to be staying. I think Serena probably didn't cue her correctly, and there's the dog in the corner who she is now very interested in. So now Serena's asked her to stay, and now she will call her to her. Both of these are part of the test. For this next part of the test, she's left a huge piece of food on the floor, and Serena has to walk by it and tell Charlie to leave it, which she does. And just to show that she knew how to do it, I guess she's going to do it again. Charlie has to give one last glance at that piece of food, thinking that might be something she might really like. But she does very well with that. For the next part of the test, she's going to need to walk past another dog. Oh, I guess I'm wrong about that. This part of the test is where the people are walking around using medical equipment. They drop some items and to make sure she doesn't have too much of a startle reaction, or she can recover, which she does just fine. She thinks all these people are okay. Doesn't really bother her that they are walking around her, banging things and talking and making funny noises. Now this is the portion of the test where she needs to walk past another dog, and the handlers greet each other, but the dogs do not interfere with each other. Of course, she has no problem with that at all. So this final portion of the test here is called supervised separation, and the dog needs to be left with someone and needs to behave itself while the handler goes away for, I think in this case it's a minute. She simply has to behave herself. She can stand, she can sit, she can do whatever she wants to do. In this case, Charlie actually gets pretty darn comfortable. She'll lay down and just seems to be taking it all in stride. So the parts of the test that you didn't see were the part where she comes in while the handler is registering for the test. The dog has to, sit quietly and behave themselves. She also has to come in to the building and also into the testing area, where she doesn't interfere with the handler as they walk through the gate. She has no problem with that. She also was here with all the other dogs that were being tested, and she was in a relatively small waiting area where she just, lay on the floor and slept through it. So she really is very well adjusted, and while this doesn't test everything that could ever happen to her, I think it does show you that this is a dog who is going to work and be able to be acceptable in every situation that you might take her in. You're going to see her come back, her handler come back and take her, and she behaves herself quite well. Congratulations, Charlie. You did a great job.